So let's now look at another angle relationship that we've already talked about. And this is an angle relationship in parallel lines. So these two lines here, make sure I have my pen on. This line here and this line here are both parallel, and they're being cut by this transversal. So this transversal, I'm going to call it T. Okay. And it's making these angle relationships. So these 8 angles are formed, angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, the number inside here is a way to name the angle as a shortcut. Rather than using the 3-letter way to name it, they just name it by put the number inside the angle. It's not how many degrees it is. I kind of forgot to tell you that part. So this angle is angle 1. It's not 1 degree. How do I know? Well, I know because 1, there's no way that's 1 degree. I mean, it's more than 90. 2, because it doesn't have a degree symbol on it. So that's how I know that it's angle 1 and not 1 degree. Okay, good. Now, we already talked about vertical angles. Vertical angles make a V. So, we usually draw it like this. And you say, well, this angle and this angle are vertical, and they share a vertex. They're vertical, and so they are congruent. Okay, well, we can see when these two lines cross, if I ignore the bottom part and I just focus right here on line L and the transversal, and in these angles right here, let me just focus on these 4. There I have 2 lines that intersect, and they create vertical angles. So angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical angles. So there's an example, 2 and 4. Also then angle 1 and 3 would also be vertical angles. Okay, I already know that vertical angles are equal. Vertical angles are congruent, which means they are equal in measure. So if I knew how many degrees angle 2 was, like let's say angle 2 is like 75 degrees, whatever, then that means angle 4 is also 75 degrees because they're congruent. Okay. Some more angles that are vertical in this image would be, maybe we can look down here, because these are also 2 lines that intersect. So the line M and the transversal intersect, and they create vertical angles. So angles 6 and 8 are also vertical angles. So what are 2 that are not vertical angles? Well, anything, I mean, there's lots of non-answers. I guess one I would look at would be angle 1 here and angle 4. So they are adjacent angles. They are not vertical angles because they share a vertex and a side, not just a vertex. So I'll say angle 1 and angle 4 are not vertical angles, but there's a lot of others that are not vertical angles. There you go.